Let me put this on record. Now we are also recording this so that everyone will actually be able to find it on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. So I like to welcome everyone. My name is Siboniso Mtshali, and I am a financial advisor and the registered financial advisor through FSCA. I'm trying to open my profile here so that I will simply take it through my profile, and for the sake of understanding that you are dealing with a good person here. All right, so that's one of the few things that I always emphasize, that before you even listen to any financial advice, make sure that you are taking it from people who are registered by FSCA, who are also regulated. That's one of the few things that is very much important for you to know and understand. So basically, this is my profile that I am sharing with you. All right. So some of you may know me through programs like Ukhozi FM. So on Sunday on SAPC Current Affairs, that's where I also analyze the financial markets on current SAPC News Current Affairs on Ukhozi FM. Some of you, they normally tune in and listen in terms of few analysis that we make. These are some of the recognitions that I won't go through because of time. But I also did the wealth management from Moonstone Business School. So that's one of the qualifications I have, as well as financial market and instrument from Hedge Fund Academy. And then financial market certificate from University of Cape Town, real estate NQF4 and NQF5 from South African Real Estate Academy, visual currencies Bitcoin certificate from University of Pretoria, property development certificate from University of Cape Town. That is why we are very much involved in property as well. So that's what few of the things we've done. NCR debt cancelling certificate from University of Pretoria, financial analysis for investment from Gibbs Gordon Institute of Business Science. This is our FSCA license number 49257. We are registered and regulated so that whatsoever that we are actually advising you about must be something that is correct and right. This is a Implement Finance license, Implement Finance. Those that need financial assistance, we actually give them personal finance and loans. And then this one is actually managed and run by CPWeb. And then this one is a Impi Debt Managers for debt cancelling and credit amendment services. So it's a whole lot of things. These are the articles, the newspaper articles that I write for Ilanga newspaper every Sunday. All right, so we write about different things. And the English version of these articles will also be available on my blog. Currently, I'm busy with a degree in financial markets through University of Johannesburg, as well as professional certificate in taxation from tax faculty. All right, so we are licensed and regulated by FSCA, license number FSP 49257, also registered with Estate Agency Affairs Board, FFC 1197883, also registered with NCR, NCRTC 3326, as well as the lending license is NCRCP 14405. That's one of the few important credentials that we always need to announce every time we are doing these kind of sessions, so that you know that the information that you are about to receive is actually authentic. Okay, so later on during the commercial break, I will actually introduce Nontogozo Sabela. She is our Johannesburg branch office manager. All right, so Johannesburg people will be able to consult with her in terms of any financial and property credit information that they may need, because in one office we have one-stop shop. All right, she will actually introduce those brands during just a few minutes commercial break. Okay, so that's one of the few things that you are going to learn. But let's quickly jump into this element of you becoming a millionaire. Obviously, it starts with saving. All right, so this is what I call the millionaire table that is in front of you, that I am now sharing it with you. This is a most important millionaire table that I need you to understand and know. Okay, understand that as we are concluding July is actually National Savings Month. July is National Savings Month. All the time and every year in July, we actually conduct workshops that empower people to learn to save, that empower people to learn to invest and partake in many financial instruments that may bring about financial prosperity. So those are a few things that I actually need you to understand. Let's start here. For a person who is interested in terms of saving like 200 Rand a month. So if you are saving 200 Rand or investing 200 Rand a month for a 5% return, it will take you 62 years to become a millionaire. It will take you 62 years for you to become a millionaire if you invest 200 Rand at the rate of 5% return per annum. But if you invest like 200 Rand at the rate of 17% per annum, that may as well take you like what we call 26 years for you to become a millionaire. All right. So even if you are on Facebook, sometimes if you really interested in becoming a millionaire in your lifetime, obviously not overnight, this thing takes process, and you need to understand the power of compounding, that I will actually introduce it to you so that it's gonna be clear and very much easy. This is what I need you to understand going forward. If ever, these are few different forms of investing, few different forms of what we call the proper. So here, this is just 26% return. Okay, so 26% return, that's 200 Rand, meaning that it will take, this is a term actually, it will take you 26 years to become a millionaire if you invest 200 Rand in portfolios like unit trust that I will actually be taking you through. But if you say, I can afford to save and invest 500 Rand a month at a return maybe of 15%. That means for you to become a millionaire, it will take you 22 years. If you invest at a rate of 17% return, 500 per month, that means it will actually take you 21 years. All right. So those are the few things that you need to understand. The graduates and professionals that actually work in a financial market industry will actually tell you about the importance of future value and the cash flow discounting that may actually show you in terms of compound interest and everything. How do you go about concluding and coming into these terms? But for somebody who actually drink and enjoy an amount of like 1,000 a month, okay, you spend 1,000 a month that you cannot even be able to account for. So a person and individually that invests more like 1,000 Rand per month, it can take you 33 years to become a millionaire at a rate of 5%. That means you are putting 1,000 into your savings account. That means it will take you 33 years for you to become a millionaire. But if you put that 1,000 in a portfolio like exchange traded funds or the unit trust at the rate of 17% internal rate of return, that means it will take you 16 years to become a millionaire. You must remember that some people, they are not millionaires, but they can just recklessly spend these amounts. These are the few things that you need to understand. Sometimes it's not about you becoming a millionaire, but it's about the legacy that you are creating. It's about sending your money into the future so that it will take care of your future and the future of your siblings and the future of your children's. A person who can afford to actually invest more like 2,000 rand, it can take that person 12 years to become a millionaire. As somebody who can also say, I can invest 3,000 rand a month, making some sacrifices and so forth, that means it can take you just a decade to become a millionaire, I mean, in a rate of 17% in rand terms, investing locally. I'm not yet referring to offshore investing. Somebody who can spend and rent about 4,000 rand or a car installment of 4,000 rand, that means it can take about 9 years for you to become a millionaire. Meaning that if ever you are paying installment of 8,000 rand for your car, let's say after the term has finished and you've paid it up, if you can just continue for just 5 more years with the same car, but paying and investing the same amount you were paying for the installment, it can take you like 6 years to become a millionaire. Just imagine 6 years. From now, we are in 2021. That means 2027, you will be a millionaire. So those are the few things you need to understand. If ever you are bold enough and aggressive enough, 10,000 invested every month in a unit trust portfolio or exchange traded funds portfolio, that means it can take you 5 and 4 months to become a millionaire investing in a unit trust a portfolio, local one, all right, the JSE or the local one in terms of a collective investment instrument like unit trust or even exchange traded funds. So those are the few things that I actually need you to understand. So if you sit down today and tell me that you are actually spending an amount of like 60 rand buying airtime every day. An individual is spending like 60 rand buying airtime every day. That means we are spending 21,000 a year. That is not bad. All right. Don't feel like guilty and so forth. I'm just bringing into your understanding that you are actually spending unconsciously every time. And then that is why we must create those wealthy habit of also investing unconsciously. All right. So if ever we are talking about investing and budgeting, look at the smaller picture here. If ever you are an individual that can actually save 10 rand a day, just 10 rand a day, that's not much of a big deal. You can do it. 10 rand a day in terms of like a commitment of you saving that amount. All right. That comes like towards the end of the month, you are like having like 250 to 300 rand. Not too bad. That's more like 3,600 per year. All right. Remember that even now as we speak, there are people who got paid today as it is month end, but they are already broke. Tomorrow they will go and take a loan from payday loan. Nontokozo, those people, please assist them through Implant Finance. If they need that, please, good people, do not go to Mashonisas. There is Implant Finance that can actually give you a good interest rate of like from 5% to 15%. Not this thing of like 50% per month. You know, sometimes there's something that always made me think, how come we are able to invest an amount and only to find the return of like 7% via the banks? All right, there's nothing wrong with 7% as such, because others they benchmark with inflation. So that is why I'm saying there's nothing wrong. But when I'm borrowing money, I pay 50% interest per month sometimes on those mashonisas. All right. So you think and wonder, same amount invested, it gives me 7%. Same amount borrowed, I have to pay back 30%. Aibo, kanjani. All right. So those are the things you have to think about every time and all the time. But nevertheless, you need to also understand the value of the compound interest. All right. And there are different types of interest. All right. There are different types of interest. There is a real rate return. That's still interest. There's a nominal rate. That is still interest. There are five different types of interest that you need to understand. All right. The way you calculate interest in terms of property is not the same you calculate interest in terms of car payments. So we will talk about credits and all those interest terms some other time. But today, that's one of the few things that I actually needed to share with you. Let's move further to this instance. There's some other most important thing that I will need to share with you. And this actually a picture, this page, I will also paste it on my Facebook. My Facebook page is Sponsor Mtshali Wealth Advisor. Please do like the page and share it. Right now, as you are seeing this via the Facebook page, click the share so that you can also share this broadcast and a whole lot of people will be able to access it. I'll also post it for you so that you'll be able to sit down and say, if I can afford maybe to invest every month 500, as much as it can take me 21 years to become a millionaire in rent terms, but you'll be doing something positive that will actually give you confidence and open more opportunities for you. All right. So that is why even the Bible says those that have, they also get even more. Those that have not, even the little they have is actually taken away. All right. So you need to also understand that important element right there. So those are the few things that I needed to strongly share with you so that you understand it properly. Okay. So let me also quote this story from one of the money website that is I think it's MoneyWeb. All right. So I'm sharing this article that was actually released in 2015. All right. This article was actually released in 2015. It was this nice guy, Simon Brown. All right. So 1,000 Rand that was actually invested in 1998 offshore. All right. Alan Gray, and I'll show you many others. That was actually invested in 1998. If all dividends were reinvested, you would have made 1 million from 1998 to 2015. You can count how many years from 1998 to 2015. All right. So, meaning that here we are talking about 1,000 invested offshore once off. All right. So that is why now I'll also show you how you can easily become a millionaire investing offshore. All right. So now if you are investing offshore, you are investing in dollar terms, you are investing in pound terms, or in terms of the euro currency terms. All right. Those are the few things that you need to understand because of the power of the compound interest. When we calculate the compound interest, I always say, people, when we calculate the compound interest, we go like 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, whatsoever as you continue. All right. So that is the compound interest. That is the mathematics of the compound interest. That is the most important magic that happens when you are investing. That's where the interest of your interest is also bearing you even more interest. So if you understand that, it's even much better and very much interesting. So those are the few things that I actually need you to understand as I am infusing it to you. Okay, so let's continue and show you a few more things, and then I will come back to your questions. All right. And then the next thing that I will need you to understand going forward. All right. There's this other article. All right. In 1994, you know PSG. PSG is also one family with Capitec in terms of unit trust and many other portfolios. So there are many asset managers that we will actually be talking about. Is that we only have 60-minute discussion, but nevertheless, there's something that you can actually absorb from this discussion. And then towards the end, I'll also take your questions. So if you are on Facebook and you have some questions, please put them on the comment section so that towards the end of this session, we will be able to attend to those questions. So if you are tuning on Facebook, you can comment and tell me what's your name, where are you based? All right, you can say my name is Mtshali, I am in Durban, so that when we do even our workshop after this lockdown, we may also revisit those people that are actually uh, outside Durban in other areas. We will be able to actually accommodate you guys, so we won't leave you hanging. I hope that is clear and straightforward. Okay, so if you are live and you are tuning on Facebook, say something, put some comment there so that we will be energized. You see, an investment of 100,000 into a PSG portfolio in 1994 with dividends and special dividends and all allocation of shares in Capitec would today be wealthy 206 million. 100,000, 20 years invested, left untouched into one of the South, you'll be one of the richest person in 2015. That was 2015 article. All right. So that's what you need to understand in terms of looking in this issue. In 1994, with 100,000, you could have buy a BMW 7 Series. Yeah, the value was around 100,000. That means after 5 years or 10 years, that BMW 7 Series is nowhere to be found. Is non-existent today. All right, but you would have more than 200 million, all right, in terms of being rich. So you need to understand that when we invest, we must always think of a longer term. All right. The problem with many people, they are so accustomed to get rich quick scheme. All right. They want quick fix solutions all the time. Money and wealthy is in waiting. That's what you need to understand. There's nothing about instant gratification in wealth creation. It's more about the long term. It's more about looking at the long term, the longer picture. Allow the compound interest to take effect. Okay. So since the markets are currently down, and that's one of the few things I am encouraging you that good people, you need to understand that when the market are down, when the portfolios and the investment are dropping down, that is the right opportunity to buy, because it is what we call a discounted market. Okay, so I hope that is clear and straightforward, good people. We call it a discounted market when all those markets are actually down. So I hope that is a clear and a straight forward. Remember that you investments, obviously they take time, but they might also align with your goals, long-term goals. You need to understand the relationship between the risk and return. It's very much important to start as early as possible, save as much as you can, be patient, and let time work in your favor. All right. So that is why some data show you what it takes to save and invest your way to 1 million using different monthly contributions and rate of returns. All right. That's how we calculate how to become a millionaire as an investor. All right. So you saw that my analysis uses 17 per annum, sometimes 5% per annum return. Some other portfolios like buying shares, they can even give you much higher than what we call the 17% per annum. For instance, I started with 200 Rand, invested monthly in a rate of 5%, it will take you like 63 years to become a millionaire. All right, those are the few things that you need to understand. 500 rand at the return of 10% will take you like 30 years for you to become a millionaire. That is why in terms of investment, we always say size always matter. All right, the bigger the investment, the better the enjoyment of the returns. All right, so size do matter. Okay, so if you make like contributions of 10,000, that means it can take you just like 6 years to become a millionaire. Just 6 years, investing 10,000 every month. It can take you 6 years. All right, so the money and the wealthy is what we could not see. All right, when you see big cars that we are flashing, that is wealthy. That it is wealth that has been spent. All right. So well, the real wealth is what we cannot see. We cannot see your investment. We cannot see your portfolios. We cannot see your properties. It's not something you can post on Facebook. So wealthy is unseen all the time. All right. But wealth that has been spent is what we can see. Okay. So sometimes I can drive a million car having a 2,000 rand on my investment. Okay. That was a million that has already been spent. So those are the few things that you actually need to understand, that if you want to get to 1 million, sure way of speeding up the process is to save more. It is National Savings Month, July. So that is why we are actually empowering you, encouraging you about the importance of savings and importance of setting up those financial prosperity goals. Those are the goals that are more important for you to set and aim to achieve them. It is very much important and it is very possible to do it. I know that some may actually think and look at like this thing of becoming a millionaire and being greedy is actually not on. It's not being greedy, it's being responsible. All right, it's being an adult. All right, spending money properly. There are people who got paid today, but they cannot account where the money gone. All right, there are people as it is before even the beginning of the month, but their money will come to an end before the end of the month. That is very wrong. All right. Thank you, Sis Futi, for your comment. Thank you for empowering us, Mister. That's great. I'm not only empowering, now I'm pushing you because I can see good people, you are afraid of financial success. You are so afraid. You know, sometimes you can solve most of your problem by just becoming rich. All right. And then you only have nice life problems. You know, those good problems. You know, the problems of not knowing how much I have made today, but you've made a whole lot of money. But those nice life problems, those are the problems you must be bothering yourself about. Not the gossip that is not gonna actually financially empower you. All right. So if you understand those few things, it's even very much a better good people. All right. So before I even introduce Nontowazo for 30 seconds, and then we'll also actually tell those people who actually need to borrow money that there is actually implement finance that can actually assist them. I'm not sure. Transnet people, do you eventually got paid? I remember you were head. I don't know what happened, but if you need a loan, please, the help is available. Yes, the help is available. All right. So shortly, I will actually be introducing Nontogozo, and after that, I will give you some beautiful tips. Those that actually want to invest in shares, those actually want to buy shares, and then I will show you good people how you go about in terms of buying those shares, in terms of investing in I will show you all those things. It's an app. You do not buy any software. I was called by one lady from Richards Bay and said there are people who are selling me a software 22,000 in order for me to invest in shares. No, that's a lie and a scam. There's no software that you need to buy. It's only an app that you can download for free. All right. Before I tell you about many other aspects that you can use to invest your way to a millionaire, let me introduce our Johannesburg manager, Nontokozo. Please, if you can quickly open your mic so that everyone can also be able to actually get to understand how we can assist them even in Gauteng. Welcome.
Good evening everyone. My name is Nontokozo Savela, as it has been mentioned. I am managing Imperand offices in Johannesburg. So our office is in Braamfontein, 222 Smith Street. We are in floor number 21, Riga's offices. And our contact number, WhatsApp number, is 076
Yes.
8100953. And then also our landline is 010-005-4573. And our email address is jhboffice@impirend.co.za. So we have 4 categories of options that we will be assisting you on. So we have Impilend, which we specialize on that category for your loans, so your micro loans. So instead of going to illegal mashonisa, you're welcome to visit us at our Braamfontein offices. And then we also have Impi Debts. We assist you with debt cancelling and your debt amendments. If you can't rest, then we are there for you. We can help you with that as well. Then we also have South African Finance Education Academy, where we help you with any educationals, any finance related educationals. And then also we have Imperent Managers, where we help you with insurance and any financials as well, education, and also financial advice services. So those are 4 categories that we can help you with, and we are available to help you. This is an opportunity for each and every one of us to take, and we will not regret it. So an opportunity missed is an opportunity missed. So we do not need to miss any opportunities, guys. I am available to assist you. I am available to serve you. If you don't use me, well, there's nothing I can say or do for you to make money. Thank you very much. Back to you, Siboniso.
All
I will
right.
share the numbers on the chat and on Facebook.
All right, perfect. Other than that, thank you so much, Nontokozo. And let's actually continue with the session for the day. I hope good people, that information in terms of what we provide, what we do, will actually assist and empower you. All right, other than that, let's push and get going. All right, and let me actually sort out my view here. All right, sorted out now. Okay, all right, that's perfect. Let's get going. All right, that was just a short commercial break, and then Nontokozo will also put the contact details via our Facebook comments. The comments will also they be there. All right, in terms of our contact that can be used. All right, so the next category of becoming a millionaire in your lifetime, so are the following. Let me quickly sort this out. Okay, so that's where we are now. All right, that's perfect. That's perfect. So the next one that I want to share with you, where is it now? All right, about the millionaire trader. All right, so I will look at like in trading CFDs, that is shares. Remember that all these trading methods are high risk, like really high risk. But for a person who understands the trading properly, if you make like $10 per day, all right, it will take you 20 years to become a millionaire, trading and making $10 per day. Okay, that may take more like 20 years for you to become a millionaire. But if you trade and make $50 a day, then it can take you like 5 years to become a millionaire by just making $50. All right. So that's one of the few things I need you to understand. $50 a day can actually take you 5 years to become a millionaire. If you are able to make like $100 a day, that's what it takes for you to become a millionaire in 2.5 years. In 2.5 years, I'm telling you, good people. But if you understand how to manage risk properly, that is very much possible. Remember that trading financial markets is high risk, and you can be in a position where you blow your account and lose your capital. That is why you need proper training and mentorship so that you can understand. In terms of trading CFD is actually trading shares daily. All right. So if you are trading shares daily and making like a profit of 100 rand a day, it can take you 41 years for you to become a millionaire. If you make a profit of more like 500 rand a day trading shares, e-shares, CFD is a contract for difference where you benefit whether the market is going up or the market is going down. And if you make daily profits of 500 rand, it may just take you 8 years to become a millionaire. If ever you are making like a profit of 1,000 rand, it can just take you 4 years to become a millionaire. Those are the few things that you actually need to understand. Remember that in cryptocurrencies, they are also high risk. But 100 rand that was invested 10 years ago is actually around about 1.7 million in these current terms. Actually, it's more than 1.7 million. It's actually about 3.6 million, because this is actually the last year reference that I am using now. All right. So those are the few things that you need to understand, that it's a long term. 2 years ago, the crypto, I'll make a reference to like Bitcoin, was 45,000. All right. And in April, it was 900,000. Just imagine. But you just need the right information, the right skills, and the right people that can actually share the most important, relevant information that may actually empower you. So those are the few things that you need to understand. As we move towards the closure of this session, I would like to invite all women only, ladies only, ladies and ladies, in Durban Corner Center, we will have a woman and wealthy imbizo. They are dynamic, interesting secrets that we are actually be sharing with you in terms of how to become financially independent women. Whether you are single, you are going to be sorted financially, how to pay yourself first, because you women, you females, you always put other people first all the time, and you end up suffering sometimes, all right, by always putting everyone before your needs, before your everything. And you end up at the end of the day, do not see the appreciation in return. Sometimes you just need to put yourself first. Ladies, are you there? If you are there, can you say pay yourself first, ladies? Can you say that? All right. I'll also be teaching you about investment gold digging principles. All right. When we talk about gold, gold is wealthy. All right. So I will be actually taking you about wealthy creation steps. That is what we call the gold digging principles. It's a wealthy creation step. Can you comment on Facebook and say gold digging principles so that I can see that you are there? And then women, it's very much important to understand the power of home ownership, just as a woman. All right. Sometimes, according to the statistics, we can see that in terms of home ownership, most homes are actually owned by males than the female. Sometimes people can be married, but only to find that the property owner is the husband, not both of you sometimes. All right, irrespective of whether the property was purchased before you were married. We'll also talk about things like marriage and money on the 9th of August, so that you understand some complications of marrying in community of property. You need to understand the other marriage contracts that you may actually protect yourself by using them. All right, ladies, whether you are single, you need to understand all these things. I'm a wealthy advisor in terms of different types of marriages. I learned that from wealth management qualifications that I've completed some years ago. All right, so those are the few dynamics I need you to understand on this day. All right, so another one that I also need you on the 16th of August. Those that are actually interested via Zoom will be teaching you Forex income skills trading education. So those that are very much interested can be able to join us. It's online and it is 4,000 once off, including 2 years of mentorship. All right. So those people who are trading with us, they know how we actually trade together, analyze together, and benefit together as a collective and as a team. All right. So if you understand those elements, it's even very much better and interesting. So, good people, I hope we are still together in that manner. Okay. So, other than that, we will also have the crypto and Bitcoin education. Remember, as I've shown you that I've done my Bitcoin and visual currency certificate 5 years ago from University of Pretoria. I've done blockchain certificate from University of Cape Town. So the information and dynamics that I'll be sharing with you are actually great and good. So this one is 1,500 once off, including 12 months mentorship. Good people, there's been so many scams around about these Bitcoin things, so many inboxes. You just need proper education for you to learn and actually do it yourself, because you can buy Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrencies from as little as 10 Rand. I can hear that there are adverts on different radio stations about 10,000 that you need. You are not joining anything here. You are learning to do it yourself. All right. Today, the headlines I read about the Reserve Bank actually, actually doing the digital rand as well. So there are many other important secrets that will actually show you. And then those that are interested in investing in things like shares and stocks on 14 August, online, 100% online, will be running this training. 100% online. It is online. All right. And on the 14th of August, again, we might bring you the Women and Wealthy a seminar in Johannesburg. And we will also allow ladies only, women only. I will give you the secrets that I do not share when they are other gender. All right. So those are the most important secret you will need to understand. It's not actually secret. It's just that I can't keep a secret. All right. So that is why I always disclose all these financial prosperity strategies that I actually need you to understand. All right, good people. If ever you want us to bring it around your area, you may comment on the comment section and say, can you bring it to Newcastle or Richards Bay or Pietermaritzburg? And then we can bring it, but we'll make sure that we adhere to all these lockdown protocols and rules that are actually there in place. Okay, so those are the few things that I actually needed to quickly share with you so that you understand what we are actually talking about. Okay, so I hope that is clear and straightforward, good people. So if you understand that, it's even a very much better. If we're still together on that one, good people, I'm happy. That is very much interesting. All right. So before we conclude, let me check if I do have few questions here so that I will be able to attend to those questions. But before that, before we go there, there's one last thing that I want to show you. In terms of those people who say, I want to start a small portfolio, remember that every time and not all the time, you actually need to consult for financial advice. All right. You actually need to consult for financial advice. Portfolios like Allen Gray, you can start your Allen Gray if ever you want to do your unit trust. There are many different unit trusts, but please let us be in contact so that we will refer you to the right and the correct information. Like for instance, monthly contributions that you can actually make in terms of unit trust are as little as 500 rand a month. Not too bad, but the lump sum there is more like 20,000. All right, that is a startup lump sum on portfolios like Allen Gray. So that's one of the few things you need to understand. But you need to sit down for advice. A registered financial advisor is there to assist you. We are there to assist you and take you through the step, because before financial advice, you need to do what we call financial needs analysis so that you get a portfolio that perfectly meets your needs. Good people, that's one of the few things that you need to understand going forward. The next one that you need to understand, the unit trust. All right, let me quickly show you the other one that you can also utilize for unit trust. It's just a few. I'm making examples here. For instance, Coronation, it's another beautiful one. All right. Obviously, before you do anything, seek advice. All right. That is why we are financial advisors. We are there to assist you. Okay. And then do not be afraid, good people. If you want proper advice, you must pay for it. But if you want a Facebook advice, get rich quick scheme, all those sort of things, then you will have a problem. Okay. There's nothing for Mahala when you are talking about creating your financial future. It doesn't come free, good people. When you consult, you pay. All right. So that's one of the, unless otherwise you want to pay with losing your money, then that's it. Every time you seek financial advice, you must seek it from registered and regulated financial advisors registered by FSCA. All right. So that's very much important that you need to understand. Okay, let me make an example, just a small calculation as we conclude in terms of unit trust here. Okay, so let's say you lost money. Maybe if ever you can tell me, there are those people who have done some scams one way or the other. How much were you scammed? I just want to make a calculation. If that amount was actually used proper in terms of being invested in unit trust and so forth. On a comment section, can you tell me how much were you scammed? All right. Yes, I want to know how much is Gaga were you scammed. I want to use that amount for calculations. All right. Okay, so it seems like everyone is embarrassed now, but you were recruiting people to your scam. I don't know how come you are now embarrassed. All right, I want to see something. Okay, let me check the Facebook people. Okay, who's opening the mic now? No, I don't need you to open mics. 12,000. 12,000. All right, let me use 12,000 in this case. Actually, I'm not actually laughing as in terms of being sarcastic. All right. Okay, I'll choose like, let's say 12,000 invested in this unit trust for 20 years at a 16% return. It's going to be 380,000. All right, that's gonna be 380,000. All right, let's check. Stogo, Mrs. Kala. Ay, 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 ay. 20,000. All right, let's see. Nkala, Mrs. Kala, that's 700,000 in the next 20 years. Gone 700,000, 771. When we look at the future value. All right, so those are the few things that you need to understand. 30,000 invested for 20 years can even go like in local terms to 770. Let's check others. Let's check others. 60,000. All right, 60,000. You good people, you've got money, ne? You've got money. 60,000 invested once off for 20 years will be 1.5 million. Not too bad. That means when we meet in the next 20 years, I will remind you that you've lost 1. Actually, it's going to be far more than that. But anyway, those are the few things you need to understand. If your financial advisor doesn't take you through all these steps, good people, that is actually not fair. All right. So do you understand what we are actually talking about? All right. So if you are together, 20,000 is pure. 20,000. Actually, let me quickly calculate your 20,000 and see. Yes, you can come back. And now I'm teaching you ways to recover financial. 20,000 invested once off, not only for yourself, even for your children in the next 20 years will be looking like 500,000. Other people will say, can't be because of inflation. No, no, no. All right, 500,000 will really be a big deal in the next 20 years. It won't be at the range of like 20,000 anymore. The future value of money is always great. Still, you were scammed 100,000. Yeah, good people, you've got money. Yes, sis. Yo, these people are loaded. Yes, sis. That's 2.5 million in the next 20 years. So, Stella, in the next 20 years, your compounding loss will be at the equivalent of 2.5 million once off. Just imagine, good people. All right, 80,000 Fiddle Tube. Yo, yo, what a lot, man. What a lot. That's 2 million. That's 2 million in the future value is 2 million. That was triple M. Yeah. Good people. Every time before you invest, you must always investigate. That's very much important. All right. So if ever you join us during the session, then you can also revisit my page on YouTube, Sponsor Mtshali TV, subscribe, and you can also rewatch all these sessions for today. You can also, I will also keep it on Facebook. I won't delete it so that some other time you may as well revisit it. That's one of the few things that I actually needed to show you. But lastly, let me show you shares now. That some few monies that you may have, if ever maybe invested in shares, this is how much it can help you. You've lost 30 rand, fana mgwengwe. You are doing WhatsApp stock fair ke wena. Yeah, you lo muntu mayitetela 30 rand. Not too bad. All right, it's good to see you, Fana. Thank you. All right. So, good people, I lost 30 rand. Man. Before I go to your questions, let me also take you through shares, another portfolio in shares that may as well be of value. Let me quickly log in into my share portfolio, and then I won't keep you for so long. I know this is my penny stocks portfolio. Because of the looting, my shares dropped, like really dropped down. All right, this is the easy equity platform that most of you have. Okay, so let me check my account overview. Okay, so under the, my portfolio is now up 54%. Here we are talking about 12 months. 54%, 12 months, good people. You remember when we were calculating using long-term investment, we were talking about like long-term in terms of years. Look at these things that you have, this is a foresight. Those people who remember, this is a fourth industrial revolution brand. The share price is currently 32 cents. It's now recovering, is up 4%. 32 cents. ARK Investment, that is a Patrice Motsepe brand that also own Time Bank. The share price is currently 3 rand 90. Remember Capitec share price in 2002, it was 2 rand. Now Capitec share price is 1,500 a share. That 2 rand is now 1,500 because of the power of the long term. AfriStrat is 1 cent. That's disaster. Atlas Real Estate, 19 rand. AP in Bev, alcohol, that one is SAP, is down to 926. Let me buy more while the market is down. Remember, we buy low and sell high because you see, as the graph was dropping down, it's open an opportunity to do what? Buy. All right, the ones off. Remember that on the 14th, we'll be doing the shares training. So please do avail yourself. All right, please do avail yourself. So I'm buying at 929. This is a buy order that I'm actually placing. Okay, congratulations. Since the JSE is now closed, it remains as a pending. All right, now I'm left with 600. So every time the market goes down, it opens a beautiful opportunity for us to even buy more. All right, I hope that is clear and straightforward. Mtshali, look at this. I bought this share. This amount is 990 that I spent buying this share. It has given me 10,000 now. 995%. The current share price is 6 rand 69. 9,000 is the profit from 900. People, why are you sleeping when there's enough money for everyone in this world? What is your problem actually? If ever I invested like 10,000, that means I'll have 90,000 on this side. But I invested 990 because at that time the share was like around 30 less than 1 rand. Ascendis Health is currently 58 cents and will be buying more. Atek property. Atek is the one that owns the Mall of Africa, the waterfall development around there, Mall of the South. They are all part of Antaberry. 6 rand a share. British American Tobacco is now up 6%. Capitec is up 16% on my portfolio, currently 1,600 a share. City Launch is 4 rand. CSG 65% up, that is Contract Services Group. Delta 41 cent, Discam up 6%. You see, that one is an index of cryptocurrencies down. Wow, Alice is now 24 cent from 8 cent. It has given me 242%. My capital was 400, is now 1,000, 1,500 profit. Not too bad. Fairvest, 1 rand 75 a share, up 37%. All right, and you can see a whole lot. Hulamin in Pietermaritzburg. All right, the aluminium company, 100% up. I bought it using 500. My profit is 530. You see, I'm not even talking big monies here. KAP, 100% up. Liberty is still down, is still an opportunity. Liberty 2 degrees down is still an opportunity. Nempeg up 122%. Netbank up 99%. We are still in a lockdown. We are still in a pandemic. Just imagine when this all is over. Look at the market shooting the skies. I'm telling you, good people, if you don't listen, you're going to be hungry. The Bible says you must listen to the word of the financial prophets and you shall prosper. All right. I mean the financial advisors. Let me put it that way. And look at this. Woolworths, irrespective of looting. Oh, that's where we buy grocery. Up 96%. Look at that. Zeda, that one is agriculture company. But the same platform can also give you the exposure to buy the overseas companies. All right. This one is in my overseas portfolio. It's got like 10,000. It is still down, as you can see, down 4%. And you can see some of the holdings that I have. Same app that you can use. I have the likes of Next Generation Internet, the Coinbase Crypto Exchange, 5G connectivity, MJ Alternative Harvest, that is marijuana, that is cannabis, that is ganja, that is insangu, say investor insangwini. That's Facebook, good people. That's a silver, China, Asia. Those are some of our growth prospects. And those people, SAP share price, SAP Zenzele Kabili, it is still very much down. All right, and my portfolio is also down. The current price is 100 Rand. So SAP Zenzele Kabili is still available. Interested people can still be able to actually buy and actually enjoy these benefit as well. So there are those people that are actually have open mic. Sorry about that. All right. So the true value for SAP Zenzele Kabili is more like 48 Rand to 60 Rand. That is the true value. All right. The value was up the sky because of the hype that particular time. But as the more people are withdrawing, it's going down a little bit. And then that's so that other people will be able to benefit from there. Let me quickly take your questions. And then those questions that are available via YouTube and Facebook, I will attend to them offline. Let me check the current questions that we may have. Yes, I hope I've answered your questions. How to save 17% on unit trust. I also invest on, all right, you can also book a consultation. That's where we can take you step by step further than these levels. Even if you want to invest offshore, that's very much important to book a professional consultation where you also pay a consultation fee and then be helped for a professional service. All right, so we cannot actually unpack everything in the 60 minutes time frame. Thank you for empowering us. If you save 50,000, how long is gonna be 1,000,000? I've shown you Skaka. I hope you've seen that. All right, who would you recommend, Alan Gray or PSG? Actually, as financial advisors, we take you through the whole different service providers so that you understand the benefits and decide for yourself. It's not the financial advisor that actually decide for you which service provider you must choose. We advise, you decide. All right, I like the offshore once off. Yo, I need a loan. All right, Implement Finance will also give you some loan if you need a loan. If you need insurance and financial advice, then available at Implement Managers. If you need proper financial education, we have financial South African Financial Education Academy, Safia, that will assist you with that. If you need property, you want to sell or buy your property or property advice, we've got BlackProp to actually assist you. We are actually awaiting accreditation from NHRBRC for property development. Once that is in order, good news will come your way. How much is the minimum amount I need to trade Forex? You can trade Forex as little as $100, but I recommend at least $200. And yeah, all right. Interesting. How much? 12,000. Way Bitcoin mining. That's scam. That's nonsense. All right. I hope you've learned your lesson. How much you charge for advice, depending on the kind of advice. All right. So that you can also contact our office directly. How much? Yes, our office directly. But if you want one-on-one session, it's 1,000 Rand. All right. Oh my God, I'm coming back. Please do come back. Bring your husband as well. All right. I know, Mr. Nkala. Last time we had a beautiful, successful consultation, Mrs. Kala. I need you to come back. You didn't come back. All right. So now when you come back, you'll pay again. All right. Shares training is 1,500 once off for online sessions for 12 months. SAP Zenzele will drop to its good value price. All right, and yes, Nombuso, how correct are future values of a unit trust? All right, ever since it's been happening in the market, it's always been correct. They may not be correct maybe tomorrow, but if you understand the mathematics of financial markets, that's what we use, even in terms of trading, we benchmark. And even in 1994, during situations, 93 and 94, the return of unit trust was down to 14%. That was the worst. All right. So the projections and the values may not be correct as in now because we use different percentages, but the unit trusts are more benchmarked in a space of like 14 to 17%. Exchange traded funds can go to even 25%, but we are only using different percentages to make those projections. That's what you need to understand, that we always study the market and the trends to determine the values that we may use. All right. So it's very much easier for actually financial people. And for the past like 27 years, it's been like that. The numbers don't lie, they speak for themselves. Remember, when the unit trusts are down and dropping down, that's the opportunity to buy even more. All right. Other than that, good people, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for tuning in via Facebook. So that is how we wrap up the July National Savings Month. So I hope you always learn something. Fanam Gwengwe, my advice to everyone, let's learn to do, not always listen. Let's practice what we are learning here. Yes, even the Bible says faith without works is dead. All right. So it's very much important to practice what you've learned. The results are in action. Before you invest, you must always investigate. Thank you so much, good people, for joining us. Good people on Facebook, thank you for joining us. You may also further comment on your Facebook. Where are you based as you are tuning in? So other than that, if you are based, if majority of people are based in a certain area, we will organize a workshop and come to your area to do a live workshop for you. Other than that, thank you so much. God bless you and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye-bye.